welcome to a fresh new episode of NBA 2K TV.
The NBA playoffs are around the corner, and looks like the OKC Thunder are going to be a problem out there in the West.
And we recently caught up with power forward Jalen Williams. Take a look. Jalen, welcome to NBA 2K TV. Do you play NBA 2K25 a lot? Maybe often?
I do, for the most part. I know my friend group does. So throughout the house, there's a lot of controller throws and yelling and stuff like that.
Let's bring out the starters for your Denver Nuggets. At center, number 45. Jackson Hayes.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Buckner out there with Castle. Then it's Pascal Siakam. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. And for the Nuggets, we've got Shepherd. Barber is out there with P. Then there's Hayes. And it's Izzo in at the shooting guard position. And so off the tip, it's San Antonio. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best five. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes, so I want to know who I can trust when it matters most.
Pass to P, takes the three, and the three ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I briefly spoke with Michael Malone, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Pass to Castle. To the paint, here's Wembanyama.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Shepherd the pass to Pete. Pulls it from the elbow. Markkanen pulls it in.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Here's Buckner. Makes it off the glass. Buckner's got his second bucket.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Out to the right wing. Here's P. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now. Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Releases, and that one's good. Barber. Here's Buckner. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Tipped away. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Puts up a three. Another shot. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And so Siakam will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Wembanyama.
Nice read from the big fella. Markkanen demonstrating a solid feel with his passing.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Here's Shepherd. The pass to Pete. Lets it go from deep. San Antonio with the rebound and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, but this is a team they faced and beat in the postseason a year ago.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Here's Wembanyama. Lays it up and banks it in. Wembanyama's got 6.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
That'll make his coaching staff smile, showing them his impact from the get-go.
Here's P on target from 13 feet. He's got 5.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
That's to Wembanyama. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Last outing for Denver, they won that game against Los Angeles. Here's Shepard. Buckner grabs the board. Spurs leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Castle. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Here's Buckner. 9 points last game out. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Shepard, the pass to Pete. That one doesn't go. Good D by Siakam. Wembanyama finds Siakam. Good on the three-point shot.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Shepard with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Shepard, the pass to Pete. Denver passing it around. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Shepard. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's P. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
There's the pass to Izzo. Here's P. And the layup's good off the glass. P's got 7.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
San Antonio leading by 8. Here's Castle. Scoreless thus far. Siakam outside. Clock at 6. Off target from three-point range. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Well, that miss was caused by the defense. They were all over him.
Here's Castle. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. To the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Buckner, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Down low, Barber. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Castle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
And it's good, 2 points. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustration emerge.
Well, it wasn't a pretty game as far as shooting goes, but ugly wins count just the same.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at San Antonio, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Nuggets, they've started the way we expected. Aggressive, relentless, just imposing their will upon lesser teams.
Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. Angela P, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
Off the inbound pass, takes it up with both hands and rips it down. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for San Antonio. They have a 9-point lead. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And a lot of that was game plan. Putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Here's Love. The layup off target.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
B passes to Murray. Bridges with the steal. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Pass to Boeheim. Here's Castle. The second chance effort. And it's Primo with the rebound.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Murray. Tries yet again. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Spurs leading by 8. Bridges finds Irving. Wallace with it, working on Hayes. Right side, Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Bridges. San Antonio again missing. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's P. Covered by Irving. And he gets it to go. P's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Love, no luck. The Nuggets trail by 6. Murray, the pass to Pete. Back to Murray. Pass to Pete.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Primo. And he's going up for the alley-oop. P with the bucket. 16 points for P.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Poke loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for P. He's averaging 54 points and almost 2.5 steals. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Yeah, when a shot is missed, he has got great instincts for where the ball is going.
Vassell, he's checked in for Castle. And that one, good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridge is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Passes to Pete. He kicks to Taylor. Now the pass to Pete. Jacks up a 3. They get the rebound. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? Murray against Irving. Here's Love. Yep, it counts. And the Spurs lead by 8.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's P. The dish to Hayes. That shot misses. Great D that time from Love. Irving looking for an opening. Launches it from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. He notched it.
Please give a big round of applause for your defense.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And one more thing they've done well tonight. They've attacked the rim viciously and have gotten a lot of points by just going at the defender.
He out there with Taylor. Then there's Shepard, and it's Pickett in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against Los Angeles was a man on a mission. He finished with 49 points, and as always, he was aggressive on the glass, outworking everybody else on the floor. Numbers like that are sure to get attention around the league, and everyone's excited to see what he does tonight. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on, see if he can't replicate that performance.
You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Both free throws good from P. San Antonio leading by 8. Vassell outside. He dishes it to Markkanen. Here's Wembanyama. And the shot goes in. Wembanyama's got 10.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's P. He's guarded by Love. And another miss by Denver. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Shepard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
San Antonio making a switch here. Gassol's checked in. Count it. He has 7.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Right wing. Pass to Shepard. And finished off by Shepard.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Love outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Buckner. Taylor with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 8. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Pete. Inside. Here's Buckner. 8 points for him. Here's Wembanyama. And the basket is good. Wembanyama has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Denver calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Siakam is checked in for San Antonio. Here's P. And the layup is good. P's got 22.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, if you have the killer instinct he showed there, it doesn't matter what the size disadvantage is.
Siakam looking around. Here's Castle. He's got 7. And let's see what Denver has coming up. On Friday, Los Angeles Clippers will come into town. Then on Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Memphis Grizzlies.
And that game against Portland, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. It passes to Buck.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
Now Shepard. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers. He with the bucket.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
Picked him clean. Here's Wembanyama. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Wembanyama's got 14 points. Passes it to Pete. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Taylor taking his time here. Here's P. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. San Antonio leading by 14. Now, here's Siakam. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston. Outside for Wembanyama. Misses the wing chair.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy misser, too.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Here's Castle. He's got 9. Over to the wing. Outside, Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Taylor. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Barber.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Well, you've got to be creative when you're up against a bigger defender.
And it's Denver with the rebound. P's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Denver's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Pickett. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Castle. Lays it up off the glass. Castle's got 11 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's P. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Knocked away. Here's Shepard, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs.
With a score, your Nuggets 51, the Spurs 63.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from P in this one.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
And because of that, I expect to see a huge emphasis on ball control moving forward.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Castle is out there with Buckner. Then there's Markkanen. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, locking down the middle. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Buckner. Pass to Castle. 4 on the shot clock. Knocked loose. Here's Wembanyama. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Wembanyama's got 16 points. Shepard with the ball. Here's P. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the right side. To the inside. Buckner. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Good on the shot. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 14 now for San Antonio. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Hayes trying to break through.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Castle. That's tipped. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam.
Pascal Siakam.
That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Hayes. Defended by Wembanyama. Just 5 to shoot. The pass to Barker. Takes a 3. San Antonio with the rebound. led by as many as 14 points. Here's Castle. 11 points in the game. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. He no good.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And it's Barber missing.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look, just couldn't finish.
Here's Castle. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. To end the drought, and he lays it up and in. Castle's got 13.
Man, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. He thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Denver making a switch here. Pickett's checked in. The Nuggets trail by 11. Has to be. Over in the corner, Shepard. To the paint. He passes to Shepard. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Here's P. Good. Nice job down low. P's got 31 points.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Passes it to Markkanen. Second shot opportunity. Siakam outside. A putback. Wembanyama on the follow. Wembanyama has got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Well, the process was good. A solid look inside. Sometimes the basketball just doesn't go in.
Out to the right wing. Here's Castle. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Shepard the pass to Pete. And here's Hayes. Pass to Pickett. To the middle. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And the pass to Buckner. Now Wembanyama. Siakam inside. Back to Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Hayes. And Wembanyama too much inside.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Has to be. By Wembanyama. They swipe it. 4-on-3 break. Here's Barber. Here's Hayes. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Siakam.
Yeah, easy call.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Hayes hits them both. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Spurs leading by 11. And here's Irving. He has 5. From 11 feet away, it's blocked. They recover it. Goes back up. Wembanyama getting it done inside.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are back right. Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Now Irving. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Boeheim, that's good.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Pass to Pete. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Love's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
It's hauled in by the Nuggets. P's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Noel. The 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Noel's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Outside Irving. Bridges left side. Out left to the wing. Love. Vassell. He's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. The Nuggets trail by 11.
Into the lineup for the Spurs.
Here's P. He has 35. Here's Noel. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. Boeheim, that's good. Boeheim's got 5 points in the quarter.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And there's the pass to Pete. Over to the left wing. Shoots. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Led by as many as 14 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen it. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look. He is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a 3-point shot.
Back to Bridges. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to Pete. The feed to Hayes. They get it back. Primo. The pass to Noel. Down low. Here's P. And he jams it with authority.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Irving kicks to Bridges. Then Bridges jams it in.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
He passes to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. To the paint. Here's P. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Irving finds Love. Here's Bridges. He gets that one.
Miles Bridges.
Bridges has got 8 points.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Passes it to Pete. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Bridges deciding where to go with it. 1 second left, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. 13 points.
The Spurs, 90.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
What's the screen? And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got P, Shepard out there with Barber, and it's Izzo in at small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Really left alone that time. P's got 42 in the game.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
And Wembanyama outside. Oh, look at the focus from Wembanyama. Drills it through contact.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Here's Buckner. They get it again. The second effort. And foul on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
Here's P to the wing on the left. Here's Bouye. It's good from long range. Bouye's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Buckner. And he banks in the layup. And the Spurs lead by 14.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
To the middle, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And after playing the first half without a single turnover, he's gotten a little careless since the break.
And so Markkanen will bring it up for San Antonio. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to P. Here's Barber. Here's P. Going inside, and the Nuggets can't hang on to the ball.
San Antonio ball.
So it's San Antonio now. It's a 14-point game. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Denver's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
And he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. San Antonio leading by 12. Here's Buckner. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Here's Shepard. And the rejection by Love. Outside, Markkanen. And Love throws it down.
And you got to like the vision for marketing. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Izzo, the pass to beat. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Pass to Castle. That one drops for him. And the Spurs lead by 16. The Nuggets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's P. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Hey Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Hayes, he's checked in for Denver. To the inside. Here's Markkanen. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Shepard with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Nuggets.
Oh, good on that one.
Number 23, 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. And the NBA coach has made sure franchises can't sell their future via draft picks in a trade. What do you think of that?
I think it was probably a good idea because, you know, all of us, coaches, maybe even more than GMs, but organizations get to a point that you want to win so badly in the present that you're willing to just sacrifice the future, and that can lead to some very bad teams down the road, and the NBA doesn't want that.
And we've seen that. You're right. A lot of examples. And it's Hayes in the corner. The pass to Shepard. 6 to shoot. Here's P. Connects again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. They get a hand on it. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 12. Shepard, the pass to P. Now Shepard. Pass to P. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Castle. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Izzo, the pass to P.
Spurs foul. Buckner. That's his second personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for Denver. Number 23.
That free throw good from P.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from P.
I like this aggressive mentality he's adopted in the second half, doing everything he can to get to the line.
Here's Buckner. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Izzo, the pass to P. Shot clock at 6.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Buckner. That's his third personal foul.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so Siakam will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's good.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Shepard. Passes it to P. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
15 foul. At the line for Denver, number 23.
And he knocks down the first. Both free throws good from P. Spurs leading by 8. Here's Castle. Stolen. Pushing it up. Here's Shepard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Shepard's got 4 points this quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Siakam outside. Offensive rebound. Knocks it down from 7 feet. And the Spurs lead by 8.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Shepard with the ball. Izzo the pass to Pete. 6 to shoot. Pulls up. Again, the Nuggets score.
Wow, he's found his game offensively here in the second half. Really has turned things around.
Wembanyama with it. Working on Hayes. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. The Nuggets now on offense. They're on a 16-6 run. Now the pass to Izzo. Here's Barber. Inside. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Castle. Lets it fly. Another miss by Siakam. Here's P. Defended by Wembanyama. Here's Barber. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 16th rebound on the night. Siakam inside. Fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Izzo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
That one good for 2.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Here's Barber. He passes the ball. Another 3 for Denver.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Ripped away. Here's the break. And here we go. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow. A play that might come to define this game.
That might be the play of the game.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
No one near Shepard as he lets it go. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Wembanyama high post. Nice move. And the layup is good. Wembanyama has got 16 points here in the second half.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle,
some urgency from him there. Sure. Siakam outside from deep three-point territory. And it's Denver with the rebound. Hayes has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. P. Pass to Barber. Here's P. Covered by Siakam. Here's Shepard. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. who's got the lead up to 2 now for Denver.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Nuggets.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Victor Wembanyama.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they throw at him, he's had the answer. Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down. Run our plays. See if that tempo shifts at all. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Here's Siakam. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for your Nuggets.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Castle. Puts up a deep 3. Barber pulls it in.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
So the Nuggets win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll do it, folks. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.